through my learning, being white and being male, right? We've never really have to come to face to have these types of conversations, right? Where these conversations around race and discrimination or feeling like an other or minority or being the only one in the room, whether again it's about sexuality or race or gender or whatever it is, that these are conversations that are actively happening outside of the most privileged groups, right? And so at first I was like very uncomfortable. Admittedly, I was like, I was overwhelmed and I was uncomfortable. But but if you're a founder, like you're used to uncomfortableness, right? Like, we didn't, you don't start a business to feel comfortable all the time, or not feel overwhelmed. I think it's par for the course. It's somewhat of a default mode, but it's in those moments where you take some of that, whether it's anxiety or uncomfortableness or whatever it is, and you find a way to use that as motivation. And for me, I really started to get educated, and I think it's like a lot of things good founders do, right? It's like, here's a opportunity, here's a challenge. Like, you don't just stick your head in the sand and hope it all goes away. You say like, all right, like let's learn about this, right? Like, what are the things we need to do to make change? What are the things we need to implement to take advantage of this opportunity in the marketplace or whatever? And I think everybody should come at this with a similar lens, right? It's not going away, right? And rather than think of it as a challenge, really start to think of it as an opportunity. And the moment that we started to really lean in and embrace this side of things, um, we saw like amazing magic happen, like the Black Hive Collective. I don't think if we I say collectively, we as a company created the space to openly talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and how it impacts each group individually, that the opportunity to create a collection, fully designed, produced, concepted, executed, marketed by all Black creators, would have ever happened. And it was one of the most successful, like from an even from like a business perspective, it was one of the most successful campaigns that we've ever produced. We got a tremendous amount of press from it. We got a tremendous amount of, we would hear from Black customers on our Instagram all the time about feeling seen and feeling, this is amazing. A company would do this, and that wasn't me. That was the Black Hive that like that made that happen, right? And so again, I think looking at this through a lens of opportunity, rather than just another challenge that I have to figure out, is the best advice I could give.